All right, so now we're going to add the camera controller. So to do that, I already have Cinemachine added here, but I'll show you guys how to do that. Did I share the screen? I did not. So I got to make sure that we do that. Okay, so I already have Cinemachine added over here, but you can use that. We're going to use Cinemachine to create our camera controls, so we don't have to script that. So to do that, we're going to go to Package Manager, from Window to Package Manager. And then we are going to go here. It's going to load all of the packages. There's different tabs in here. When you click on Packages, it says My Assets. These are Unity Registry, In Project, and the assets that I may have bought on the Unity Asset Store. So I'm going to go to the Unity Registry. And in here, everybody has access to this called Cinemachine. What you're going to do is just get this, and instead of remove, you're going to have the option of install. So when you install this package, what's going to happen is you're going to get a new tab up here called Cinemachine. Okay, Cinemachine is what we're going to use just like for all the character controller or camera controllers. So we're going to use we're going to click on Cinemachine, and we're going to create a 2D camera, because this is a 2D game. So when you do that, it's going to add something called the CMV Cam 1, Cinemachine Virtual Camera 1. And then your actual camera is going to get like this little icon next to it saying that there is another setting attached to it. So all the adjustments that we're going to make are now in the Cinemachine camera. So the first thing we want to do is we want it to follow something, right? We want it to follow our character here. It gives us like these two different regions. This is called the dead zone, meaning the character will never escape that zone. The camera will always keep the character inside that area, and the character will never end up in these zones. We can adjust those two. And then we want to be able to be closer and see the character a little closer. So you can make adjustments over here in your orthographic size, the lens. And we're not going to worry about transitions and stuff right now because we're not doing a cinematic shot or anything. So what we're going to do next is, so we're just going to leave it at that. This is by default, it's like super easy. So character is now running. And the good thing about that is that it looks very natural. It smoothly follows the character instead of constantly keeping it in the center. That's the good thing about Cinemachine, and that makes it feel more natural, you know. So we have our camera controller over here. There are other things that you can edit, which is again you can set up the dead zone and whatnot. So that is easier to do in the 3D camera. I've done that more, but I think by default, this is pretty good. Camera distance, you can adjust that if you want. We don't really need to mess with that. And then again, these are like some things like how much dampening are we adding to the movement, meaning how far is the character going to move before the camera starts to follow it. So moved a lot more, right? And then, I mean, again, you can lower or increase this as much as you want. And then some things like, again, like where the placement of the camera, screen Y, like, do you want the character to be up here? Do you want to be able to like place the character here? And then again, that's all up to you. Some of the settings that you probably, and this is the soft zone and the, see how this is over here? You can, this is, they call it soft zone, but the camera would hardly ever enter that. So it would never, the character would never really enter that. So that's how we create the transitions. But when we're actually playing the game, you won't see this. Like you won't see the outlines over here. This is just for preview. So now if I go into play mode, the camera is following the character like I want it. All right. Easy enough, right? Oh, wow. Maybe? Okay. Yeah, all you're doing is dropping the camera in with the package, and then it automatically, like, you have to tell it to just follow our character.
Oh, I was talking about the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing, the animation controller and everything. Okay, okay. No, I was just talking about the camera controller.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Okay, probably